Alright, let's see if we can get anybody to join us. Me. Alright. I see 3 folks in the live stream. You're gonna have to pardon. Obviously, I'm driving. Say what's up if you're here. If you're here, say what's up. Try to read along with the comments. I don't know how this is gonna work out, but we'll see. Alright. Can you hear me? Okay. I'm headed to my father-in-law's house. We're going on a fishing trip. Oh boy. Alright, Brandon. How are you this evening, sir? Congrats on that new smoker you have. Come on, what are y'all doing? Get out the street. Yo. Alright. So let's see. Steven, how you doing? John, how you doing? Dre, what's up? Alright. Steven, you got the letter. Perfect. Alright, so I'm going to my in-laws' house. We're going fishing in the morning. So I am headed up there. I want to get up there before it gets too late. So I'm on my way to Philadelphia. How convenient. It's a 2-hour ride. And usually I talk about 2 hours. Alright, so if you're here in the lot on the live stream, do me a solid, leave a thumbs up for me, please. I'd appreciate that. And you guys, hopefully it's not too bumpy, hopefully it's not too loud. We're gonna talk. So let's see. Torgy, yo, moving right along with your smoker. If you haven't already, please leave me a thumbs up. I'd appreciate that. Alright. So I wanted to say thank you to you guys who watched that video of me bringing that new smoker home. Dude, that video has done some crazy numbers in the grand. So we're going fishing up in Cape Cod, actually, off of Cape Cod. So I'm meeting him in Philadelphia. That's where I'm from originally, if you guys did not know that. So I'm meeting my father-in-law in Philadelphia. And as opposed to getting up at like 2 a.m. and then driving straight up to, you know, New England, I'm going to leave from here now and then get some sleep and then go ahead and we're going to be up. I'm probably going to be up at 3:30 in the morning so we can get on the road by 4. Torgy says the smoker was crazy close to the garage door. How did you not flip it over and hit the top of it? I've done it. I've actually moved smokers into that garage like that. So I moved Bessie into the garage like that, and I moved Vicky into the garage like that twice. So I've got some experience doing that. Oh man, that is a beautiful smoker, Steven. Definitely. So, oh man. I was trying to leave out of the house by 9 o'clock. 1, so I could get on the road and hopefully be there by 11, you know, in case I need to stop. And 2, because I wanted to try to see if I'm doing this live stream. So I hope you guys appreciate the effort it took for me to get my stuff together and out the door so that I could do this guy for you. If you haven't already, please leave me a thumbs up. I greatly appreciate it. And if you haven't sent what's up, you know, please do. I am trying to do my best and read comments. I got a light on. right, Brandon, didn't you just get a new smoker, like an Oklahoma Joe smoker? That thing looks pretty cool. All right, so unfortunately, here we go. Now it's focused. Unfortunately, I can't really do too much reading. But if you guys want to go ahead and ask me a question or two, and then I can talk about it for a moment or so, and we can let this ride go on. So Torgy, I still have not figured out a name for the smoker. Fish are we looking to catch? All right, Steven, I'll get back to that. So Torgy asked new name for the smoker. He said call it the Beast. I don't like calling things like the Beast. I feel like it's overrated. I actually want to give it a good name, a good name, not just like a moniker. But so one of you guys suggested Henrietta, and because I was talking about like Harry, using the alliteration in like the H because it's a hybrid smoker between Vicky and Bessie. One of you guys said I should call it Becky.
Attention, traffic congestion.
Great. I'm still not 100% sure if I'm going to, if it's going to be a male name or a female name. Again, Kirk, when he had it, he called it Dwight, but he didn't really call it Dwight very much. All right. Big Papa. So I still haven't figured it out. There is, yes, Road Trip Live. There is, I feel like Tommy F. Yeah. Anybody know who Tommy F. Yeah is? No. So I suggested that Kirk name it Big Boy because he kept calling it. He was like, it's a big boy, it's a big boy. So I was like, oh, I suggested he name it Bob, because Bob's big boy. Steven, I think Steven asked, Kobe, how you doing, man? I'm sorry. Obviously, I'm driving, so the comments are rolling a little quick. Steven says, he asked what kind of fish are we looking for to catch. All right, so my father-in-law and I and some of his friends have been going fishing. This is probably the 5th or 6th year we've gone fishing. And what we do is we go up to Cape Cod and we go out of Hyannis. The port is in Hyannis. We catch, or we're looking to catch primarily porgies and black sea bass. Now, we've also caught some other types of fish. I caught a black tautog once. I caught a bluefish. I've caught, there's been other folks around us who've caught like flounder and other things like that. So, but primarily porgies and black sea bass. Kobe, hello. If you haven't already, please hit the thumbs up. I greatly appreciate it. All right, so his name is Kirk, K-I-R-K. And actually, I was getting to that. There's somebody here, not here, he's not here now, but one of my subscribers has actually suggested I call the smoker Kieran. So, K-I-R-I-N. So, Kieran is actually, when I looked it up, he told me to look up what Kieran actually means. Kieran is a type of dragon. And I thought that was pretty cool, but I'm just not 100% sure on what I would do. All right, so Brandon is asking about certifications and insurance. So the only certification I have, because the only certification I have is the Serve Safe certification. I am Serve Safe certified. I do not have the state certification just yet because it's expensive. Because I live in a highly populated area, it's expensive. Steven, thank you, sir. Actually, funny enough, I will be purchasing some beer tomorrow morning. That, I'm going to be getting, I have a cooler down there. I wanted to stop and get beer on the way out so that I would have it and be able to put it on ice and it'd be cold and all of the aforementioned things. But unfortunately, I ran out of time and could not get that taken care of. All right, so asked what type of certifications I have, and I started saying I don't have anything except for the Serve Safe. And Okay. I just live in Baltimore. I'm not from Baltimore. Alright, so Brandon, where do you live? Smoky Stacks, how you doing, sir? Stephen, thanks again. Ohio, where in Ohio? Because here's the thing, Brandon, you're going to have to do some research, and this is where I can't help you, because every state, every county, every city is going to be slightly different as far as the certifications that are required. So you're going to have to find out what's required in your specific area, and then, you know, check the boxes and take care of what needs to be taken care of. Maryland is, yeah, it leaves a lot to be desired. All right. Leroy, I sure will. I'm tearing up the road, cruising at 75 right now, and we're getting it. All right. So what I would suggest, Brandon, is if you know someone, or if you know, even if there's like a food truck or something like that on the road out where you are, you know, you might have to go to 4 or 5 different food trucks, but ask them what they did, because they'll be the better authority in your specific area, obviously, than I would. Let's pull it from my bear. Whoa. Yeah, I'm not spending that amount of money. Alright, well, I'm not going that way. Alright, so that's Steven. He says he has a cooler for his beer from Cabela's. That's $250. But it rivals Yeti. I think one of those Arctic ones. Yeah, I'm too rich for my blood. I actually have a. You can see that cooler in the back. It's a regular little igloo cooler. Yeah, that's like a 104 quart igloo cooler. Right now I have 80 pounds of ice in it, and then I have another small cooler in the trunk. And then I have my little. It's just like a lunchbox, slightly bigger than a lunchbox. I don't know why these are driving so slow. Slightly bigger than a lunchbox, and that one will hold, like, I think I've put 18 cans in it at one time. Yep. It's not just Virginia. All right, Derek says Virginia is very strict on food trucks. Yeah, well, Steven, that'll be the last cooler I can ever afford. You know, I hate to break it to you guys, but I'm definitely not getting rich making YouTube videos. Yeah, the thing about that cooler that you can get from Sam's is it's all white. I really don't like that. We're tearing up the road. That's why we got construction going on. And of course, horrible. So I'm gonna apologize now. Let me try to get to the unmilled lane. See if I can get over there and up onto the. Oh. All right. So hopefully, plastic dip. I hear you. I'm not a big fan of plastic dip or plastic dip, but I don't know. You might be right. You might be onto something. Put one of those truck bed coatings on it. Oh man, it's a nice little old school hot rod there. Well, I mean, Danger is my middle name. I was hoping I could get a good question and I wouldn't have to look over. So, I mean, it's not like my phone is here in my hand and I'm looking down. Trust me, I can read pretty quick. Yep, exactly. Wrapped liner. Like I said, truck bed liner. Rob, I feel, I mean, not, I have to, but I've set up this time of doing live streams at 9 p.m. on Wednesday nights. It just so happens tonight I have to drive to Philadelphia, so I figured I would try and kill 2 birds with 1 stone. That's why I'm trying to do that. my stick burner. So I have seen that smoker, I think once, maybe twice. Is that the, no, that's not Brandon. It's just an offset firebox wood smoker. I mean, there's plenty of those, and I will be completely honest with you, I've never cooked on an offset firebox. Once I cooked on an offset firebox smoker, and I really didn't cook on it per se. What happened was, one of the parents from the school, they were having a little, it wasn't even a get together really. They just invited us over to their house. They have a pool, and they have 2 kids, a son and a daughter. The son is in the same class as my middle son, and the daughter is in a grade above my daughter. So, you know, they're friends. So they invited us over to swim in their pool. And while we were there, the husband, or right as we were getting there, the husband went out and bought a like Oklahoma Joe smoker from like Lowe's or Home Depot. And the wife told me, she's like, oh, you know, we went out and got the smoker. He wants you to show him how to work it. Really? All right, well, I said, well, luckily for you, I actually have a piece of meat. I'll bring it over, and, you know, you showed us hospitality. I'll bring over this piece of meat. I brought over a cowboy ribeye, and I reverse seared it for him. He was blown away. Shipping boxes and stuff to ship me to people. All right, so Brandon asked, where do I get these shipping boxes to ship meat to people? So the last box I shipped out, I actually shipped the box that was sent to me from Porter, New York. I figured the best thing I could do was recycle it, especially because it was a really nice box and had some really decent insulation. Prior to that, I bought a box from when you go to a supplier that has dry ice, usually they sell or have boxes that are available for you for shipping. And then also, if you know anyone that receives medical supplies, like diabetic supplies, that like insulin or anything like that, that has to be refrigerated, excuse me, those shipments come in insulated boxes. So I have a friend, his wife, either she receives the shipments, and I know she works in the medical field, so I don't know if she just gets the boxes, but anytime I need some of those boxes, he's pretty much told me, hey, give him a couple days lead time and he'll get me, you know, 4 or 5 of them at a clip. So I've been kind of lucky. No, Steven, I'm on 695 right now. I'm actually taking the, if anybody wants to look this up, I am on 695, which is the Baltimore Beltway or the Harbor Beltway. I am on the inner loop headed north, and then I'm going to be going on 95. So I'm traveling all highway right now. I'm headed 95 to Philadelphia. So no deer crossings where I am. Steven, good question though. Steven, also, thanks again for the beer. Jonathan says, hey bro, I have mine. You have your health? Let's play the guessing game. Alright, so let's finish Jonathan's sentence. Oh, Jonathan says he has his first catering job this weekend. How do you reheat your food in the oven before putting in the Cambro? So, I think I made mention of this before, and the same way you cook it is the same way you reheat it, slow and low in the oven. I do reheat the food though, typically at 300 degrees for no more than 1 hour. If it's refrigerator temperature, like if it's brisket, and it's refrigerator temperature, you're going to want to heat it up again 300 degrees for, you know, 45 minutes to an hour. But I will caution you this, and this is one of those ask me how I know. After you finish warming your brisket and your pork shoulder, you may have to pour off additional oils and fats that have rendered from warming. Now, one of the other things I will caution you on, again, another ask me how I know, when you are warming up pulled chicken or chopped chicken and pulled pork, you are going to want to move those things around, like stir it up, mix it up, because if you leave it in the oven, in that pan, the entire time it's cooking, it's going to develop a crust, kind of like it does with the macaroni and cheese, and you don't necessarily want that for pulled pork or chopped chicken. But 300 degrees, and then you'll kind of know, man. You'll be able to smell it when it's done, when it's ready. And worst comes to worst, all you really have to do is, if you took it out of the smoker, got it into the refrigerator, and you really serve safe coming in here, you need to take it back up to 165 degrees. That's reality. But yeah, that's reality. 165 degrees is where you need to take it back up to. Steven asked, will I do a whole hog? Steven, man, I wish I could do a whole hog. Problem is, in this area, I don't know. Well, I've actually looked up where to get whole hogs, but they don't sell like suckling pigs. I'd have to buy a big damn pig, like, 150 pound pig, and I'm not trying to do that. But a whole hog is on the list of things to do. Just haven't done it yet because I haven't had call for it. If I had somebody that was like, I need a whole hog tomorrow, and they're willing to pay for me to take the time to do a whole hog, then I would do it. That's the only reason why I haven't done one yet. So as far as, all right, so Smoky Stacks Barbecue asked, so what's your name so I can address you as such? He asked, would it be smart to let it out to room temperature? And where do you live, Mr. Smoky Stacks? All right, Ray, where do you live, Ray? Because I saw someone cook a pig on oh, all right. So you're right up the road in Hanover. I saw someone cooking a suckling pig not too long ago on like a Traeger or a Rectech or something like that. So I know they can be, I can get them pretty small. All right, Brandon, we've talked about this. All right, so Brandon asks, how do you figure out what to charge for meat and catering per pound, like salmon, if it costs us $9 per pound to buy? So this is where, Brandon, you said you live in Ohio. This is where you're going to have to figure it out. Unfortunately, I can't give you the dead set, this is what you should charge type speech. But I can tell you this, and I've said this, and some of you guys will know, when you buy something, you need to take and charge 3 times basically for what you're buying, whatever the meat is. Now, the problem with that is with something like brisket, and I did this the other day for round numbers, or I did this in another live stream, and I think I said if it costs me $4 per pound for brisket, and I buy a 15-pound brisket, let's actually do a 10-pound brisket, because I could, do those numbers in my head. So I buy a 10-pound brisket, it costs me $40, okay? When I buy that 10-pound brisket, I'm going to lose 50% of the yield on that brisket from jump, right? I'm losing 50%. So even though if I were to say, okay, charge 3 times the amount of money that you need to charge from that $4, that's $12. All right. Big time, what's going on? So back to my point. So if usually the rule of 3 comes in, where you pay the product 1 time for your time, and then 1 time for profit. Okay, so that's where you get 3 times whatever it is that you paid for your meat, your product. But again, With brisket, because you lose 50%, you're not getting the yield. You're only getting half of that. So if I charge 3 times 4, that's $12. $12 per pound times 5 is $60. I paid $40 for the brisket. That's not enough profit. Hopefully that makes some sense. I know sometimes when I start talking numbers, I get the going real fast. So what you do is, what I do is, for my briskets, I charge $16 per pound, okay? And the briskets are just under $4 a pound right now. And, you know, hopefully you guys can do the math on that. So again, if I get myself a 10-pound brisket and it's costing me, let's go again, $4 per pound, all right? And I'm losing 50% of it, I'm only able to sell 5 pounds 5 times. So it cost me $40 for the brisket, okay? And then I'm only able to sell 5 pounds of brisket. Somebody do the math for me. 5 times 16. And actually, 16, 32, 48, 64. I think that's. So I think what, 5 pounds of brisket, $64, is that right? 5 times 16, it doesn't sound right. I don't feel like it's right. Justin, how you doing, sir? So can somebody do the math for me? $16 times 5. And let's see what the profit is on that one. Can you leave it in the comment? All right, $80. So there, I doubled my money. So I'm not able to make that 3 times the profit on the brisket. And I've said this before, brisket is my loss leader. I don't lose money on brisket, but I don't make as much money as I could. Can I charge more for my brisket? Yes. Should I charge more for my brisket? Probably. Can I charge more for my brisket? Yet, I don't think so. Now, where I can make up the cost of the brisket is, thank you for doing that math for me, Torgi. Where I can make up money on the brisket is by doing other things like the pulled pork. Better just drive. Yeah, that's why, you know, I'm trying to do that. So, but that's the whole point. The chicken, I make more profit on the chicken because I don't lose as much. So the amount of money that I pay for it, I can get a lot of that back. You figure for chicken, it might cost me $2 or $3 per pound, and I'm selling the chicken for 10. So that's where you get your profit back. The pulled pork, the pork shoulder is like $2.50, $3 a pound. I'm selling it for 12. Now, of course, once you get volume, or once I get, you know, people who buy more of it, then the price goes down slightly. But almost all of the prices for my stuff is available on my website. And it's stilldrumsmokers.com. Never. Oh, John, I'm great, sir. Glad you could join us. John, no clear tonight. Well, I'm not actually drinking the clear tonight. Yeah, no clear tonight. I'm driving, as you can see. How's that new truck? All right, so there's 17 of you, 18 of you in the live stream. If you could do me a solid and leave a thumbs up down below. So I'm trying to answer your questions, and I can't really hold too much. Good question. I'm not sure yourself. Not sure. So, Ray, here's the thing. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that, John. Big question, and not too sure if I should sell my 22.5-inch Weber Smoky Mountain. There's some folks out there making good barbecue on Weber Smoky Mountain grill. You know, Weber Smoky Mountain smokers. The only problem with the Weber Smoky Mountain is you're limited in your cooking capacity. Is that the problem you're having? You're running into issues because you can't cook enough food on it yet? I know that was the problem I had when I was cooking on 2 steel drums. No, you're not running them. So what's the problem you're having? Or what are the problems you're having, if any? There's a bit of a delay, so sorry. How many of them do you have? Just one? So he's asking if he should sell his Weber Smoky Mountain. If you sell the Weber Smoky Mountain, what are you going to replace it with? Because you can't, you know, you can't get rid of one. Yeah, you should have seen my wife when I was telling her I was buying another smoker, and you know, these aren't small smokers either. No, I have not picked up a name or found a name just yet, John. But one of the things I will tell you, one of my subscribers, one of you guys, actually suggested the name Kieran, K-I-R-I-N, because he said, you know, kind of like it's a mashup between Kirk's name and because of the fact that it's in my garage. And then he told me to look up the name Kieran. And I did some looking up, and it's actually a dragon, which, you know, I didn't even think about it, but there's a beer like Kirin Ichiban or something along those lines. And sure enough, there's a big old dragon on the cover, not the cover, but on the label. All right. Okay. So, you know what, Ray? Here's the thing, you know, we are the type of people that have multiple smokers because each smoker, you know, fits a different need. I have my big smoker. I have 2 steel drum smokers that I can still use. I haven't used them lately because I haven't needed to, because I have the capacity in the big smoker. I also have Vicky. Vicky takes the place of 2 steel drums at the same time. So I can, you know, they're all utilitarian. It's just like, why does one man need 4 cars? Well, one car goes fast. One car is very fuel efficient. One car is good for rock climbing. One car is good for towing. I mean, unfortunately, I'm in this dilemma because I have 3 cars. One is my sportier car, the Mistress that sits in the garage, the Jetta that's in the garage. I have my commuter, which is my Passat. The Jetta used to be my commuter. And then I have my van, right? The van is for towing and hauling stuff. The Passat, oddly enough, is also good for towing and hauling stuff. And the Jetta towed more than the Passat. The Jetta is smaller than the Passat. But I had no issue towing with that either. So, holy cow. All right, Derek says, if I come by a smoker like Vicky, let him know he would like a vertical smoker. Derek, where? Oh, you're in Virginia. Look, I had somebody hit me up the other day telling he was very interested. I told him the number, and he balked. He wanted to. All right, I'm gonna level with you guys. I don't want to sell Vicky. If I sell Vicky, I'm not selling Vicky for anything less than $3 grand. I'm dead ass serious. All right, Vicky is not being sold for anything less than $3,000. Period. Point blank, period. Dude wanted to offer me $1,200. GTFOH with that. Alright? Not gonna happen. Yeah. So, if I ever fall on hard times and I need some loot, I'm telling you the number's $3 grand. Because I am being careful. Trust me, John. I'm chilling. I'm cruising on 95. This is a cakewalk. I could really do this drive with my eyes closed. I am busy this weekend. I'm going fishing. Yes, the Power Stroke. Yes, Joe. Holy cow, Justin, you said 800 gallon? Damn, 800 gallon? Wow. Porchata. What is porchata? Oh, porchetta. Porchetta? I know. And I am aware that that is a deal. The smoker is used. $3 grand is not crazy. The whole thing is you get people who are backyard folks who do this to make any money or don't have any profit or make any money off of the smoker. So what happens is they have no expectation or no level as to what a real smoker from a Meadow Creek or a Lang or like Shirley Fab, what those smokers cost, and then they want to insult me and they get mad. Don't get mad at me. Like I said, the number's $3,000. Period. Guys, like we'll talk. Exactly. That's why I'm saying it's not for sale. But if I ever were, John, I appreciate that. July 20th. July 20th is a long way away, and I can't look at my calendar right now because I have my phone set up for this. What? Competition in Spring Grove. You know, I think I saw... No, that was in York. There's a competition. Are you talking about the... I think this weekend there's a competition in York, PA. I think I saw that. But I'm not big on, competing. 800 gallons. Can you imagine what I could cook with 800 gallons? I'm sure a little more than that in materials. He said about $1,000, but he had a lot of labor in that thing. You're saying he probably has about $1,000. I don't know, but he had a lot of labor into it. He worked on that smoker for probably 2 weeks straight, and I think one of the not problems was when he made Vicky, he was still using like hand tools, and he hadn't gotten the metal cup, circular saw yet, so it took him a lot longer. So I'm driving. I'm actually meeting my father-in-law in Philadelphia, and we are leaving in the morning to go. Something's flying in here. We're headed in the morning to go to Cape Cod, and we're going fishing off of the Cape. Yeah. Team up. Man, Ray, I'm telling you, I'm not big into competitions. It's just not my thing. I don't have anything to prove. Maybe eventually. All right, Gettysburg. That's a good price point for Vicky. That's the thing. Like I said, Torgy, dude hit me up talking about he was very interested, and then when I told him the number, he came back and said, "Would I take $1,200?" No, I paid more than $1,200 for that smoker, so I need to get what I paid for that smoker, and I paid closer to $3,000 than I did $1,200. Let's put it that way. Hey, John, you have what? No way. How'd you get one of those? No, and that's the whole thing. I'm sorry. I'm trying to see your name here. Sorrel. I really, I don't know. I mean, I look at all of my smokers as investments, and you know how some people collect cars, and they have a car and they drive it around, and then they put it away and then they sell it later for profit. That's the same exact thing I'm going to be doing with my smokers. I was able to get my smokers, I won't say on all of them on good deals. I got better deals with some of them than others, but I was I'm lucky, right place, right time, and I definitely know that I can get a little bit more out of the smokers than I have into them. So again, they're investments, and I'm not going to lose money on my investment. Not at all. That's bad business. That's hustling backwards. 722 pound briskets and 8 to 10 pound butts. Wow. dude, Justin, how long is that thing? And is it just like, see, now you got me wanting to question the smoker. Yeah, I definitely need a picture. So, Justin, where are you geographically? You said you're in Texas, right? I figured, Justin, that you were talking about the 800-gallon smoker. What is smoker like? What you got? Run, price. So, Brandon, an insulated smoker is going to run you anywhere from like $3,500 to probably $10,000, depending on how big of a smoker you get. Look up Myron Mixon smokers. He sells insulated smokers that have like huge long trays and other things like that, and they're expensive. They are expensive. Yep, I am. I will be up in the city though. I'll be in Philly until Saturday, at least. So hit me up, send me a text message if you want to come help clean some fish. You're more than welcome. We will have plenty of fish, and I'll even let you leave with a couple. No BS. Like real talk. Find my number. It's everywhere, and hit me up. Just let me know. Hey yo, this is Manny, and I'm coming through. Wear some bum clothes. Holy cow. A couple of cop cars headed down. Maybe you can see the flashing lights. There's 3 of them. No, I have not sold my Weber Smoky Mountain. It's still sitting in the back of the garage. Honestly enough, I got that. I'll tell you a funny story. I got that smoker, that Weber Smoky Mountain, from a friend of mine I used to ride motorcycles with. He hit me up and he said, yo man, I see you're on Yelp. I'm like, yeah. He said, I see your Yelp Elite. And I'm like, yeah. So he's like, I need a favor. Okay, where's this going? He's like, can you come down to my vape shop and give us a good review? And I was like, all right, well, I'll come down to your vape shop. If the folks treat me nice, then I'll, give you a good review. It's not like I'm vaping or anything. So I just kind of went in there, walked around, talked to folks, asked them some questions and stuff like that. And they took care of me, like really took care of me. But he was like, yo, for doing that for me, I have this grill I'm not using anymore. I'm like, a grill, whatever. He's like, no, it's not actually a grill. He's like, it's a Weber Smoky Mountain. I was like, oh, okay. He's like, no, man. He's like, yo, it's the big one. It's the big one. I'm like, really? So it is. It's 22.5-inch Weber Smoky Mountain. I've never used it. I've had that smoker for going on, shoot, I had that smoker, I think it's been 3 years since I had that smoker. And I've never used it. The only time I used it, if you guys see the intro to my videos where you see me towing the Weber Smoky Mountain on the back of the Jetta, I took it down to the big car show I go to in Ocean City as a prop. I actually used the amazing smoking tube to have smoke and the smell come out of it while I was driving around. It was actually pretty cool. Justin, can you tell me, what are the dimensions on that smoker? I'm like super interested in this 800-gallon smoker. It's like one of those, you know what I could do with that. Not a bad price. E1, pretty big smoker. That's exactly it, Derek. That's why I am not really interested in selling the smoker. Oh, he says it's 500 gallon. Okay, that makes a little bit more sense. But still, 8 foot long and a 36-inch diameter. Dude, you could probably find, you would need some pretty thick-walled steel, like no less than maybe 1/2 inch, and can maybe 2 sheets a 1/2 inch. I don't even think you need that much, but you'd be able to fit, make a firebox. That's not, yeah, it's not too bad. Yep. Exactly, Sorrow. Definitely know my worth, and That's what's up. Steven said, if I wanted to build a smoker, where would I look for raw materials like flat stock steel or lengths of iron? So I go to a place called Posner's. It's Posners. Posner's. They sell, I don't know if they have, they're national, but I know there are at least 2 Posners in my area. Now, one of the other things too, you might be able to find, like, you don't want to buy them online and get them sent to you because that's super duper expensive. But there are places. Just look up metal supplier. Or actually what you can do is call, hey, if anybody knows where I am crossing over the Tidings Bridge. Pretty much, I feel like I'm halfway to Philly at this point. But I'm passing over the Tidings Bridge, driving through Port Deposit, Maryland. All right, so, but what I was getting at, Steven, I think you asked the question. Yes. Metal suppliers or welders. Talk to a welder, call a welder in your area and ask them where's the best place to just say, hey, you know, I'm a little guy, I'm starting out, or hey, you know, I am getting into, just tell them you need to make some modifications to your smoker, and they're probably going to tell you they can do it for you, but tell them, you know, you have some sort of, I don't know, whatever, make up a story, but ask them to tell you where they get their metal from. There's a guy in my area who does metal work, and I just asked him one day, I'm like, dude, where do you get your metal from? And he said, a place called Posner's. And I said, oh, okay, well, I looked it up. And then come to find out, there's one about 15, 20 minutes away from my house. So that's the place I go to, and I get my metal. Now, you can also go to, like a Lowe's or a Home Depot, and they sell metal. But the metal that they sell there is like half the length and like twice the cost. Seriously. Sorry, navigating here around. All right, let's see. All right, so Justin is in Colorado. All right, now is that a good thing or a bad thing that Myra Mixon is from your hometown? Easy Pass is working. See it. All right, so Torgy is asking Justin to do some YouTube videos. We're gonna listen. Please be safe. Yep. Good luck. Thank you very much, sir. I appreciate that. I am definitely. Somebody's not liking. That just happened. Anyway, John, thank you very much as always for your support. Greatly appreciate it. Fishy stuff. All right, well, Justin, appreciate that. You know, putting up a video of your smoker, that'd be awesome. So just a quick, well, it might not be his name, but I think it is. Is that what you're asking about? Ray? Alright. So Ray asked, is Sandy Point, and it's Sandy Point, which is at the base of the Bay Bridge. It's on the eastern tip. Yeah, eastern tip of the western shore. Hopefully that makes sense. I've never gone crabbing at Sandy Point. I hear you can get some crabs there, but if you go, like, there's a pier in Annapolis. It's like an old bridge pier or something like that, where they basically built a road. Like, they had a pier, like a walkout pier that was like here, that was a trap bridge, and then they built another bridge that's slightly higher and longer, and it's right across from the Naval Academy. You can see it off of the river, whatever river it is. I've been crabbing there, but I don't do a whole bunch of crabbing, so I don't know. I know folks that do a lot of crabbing, but you can get some decent crabs like in Southern Maryland. But again, I don't go crabbing. All right, no worries, Justin. Thank you, sir. I don't know where that is, Netticoat or Nacote. I don't know where that is. Usually when I'm doing these live streams, I'm sitting at my laptop and I have it open. And as you guys are throwing things at me that I don't know what they are, I look them up. So, you know, I can be better educated. But look, there's 15 of you on a live stream. If you haven't already, please hit that thumbs up button for me. Also, if you haven't said hi, please do say hi. But there's some good questions coming on, you know, through here. I really appreciate you guys hanging in, or you know, hanging out rather. Is the audio okay? I'm sure you can hear a whole bunch of buzzing and rattling because I'm driving. But I did not want to miss a Wednesday night live stream. All right, there's 17 of you still on the live stream. All right, audio is good. Appreciate that response. Makes me not think I'm crazy. We're 52 minutes in, 53 minutes in at mile marker 98. I am almost out of Maryland and into Delaware. Your videos, Eric. Thank you very much, sir. I appreciate that. Stuff like Vegas, but it's a tough market. How's it a tough market? Because there's a lot of other folks doing barbecue. I'll be back home. I won't be back home until Sunday. Yeah, Sunday. No, actually Monday. But my wife and kids are still home, so yeah. If you want to, well, I won't say if you want to send something. Leave your videos. Oh man, Steven, dude, I am flattered and very appreciative. So, Eric, here's the thing: carve out a niche, and because, and I've talked about this before. I think in a video where it was called, I had someone that hit me up recently. They told me they were in Baltimore, and then someone approached them about doing some catering and this, that, and the other, and they were doing barbecue. So they catering, and they found my videos. So talk and not read the screen. All right, you live in Las Vegas. If you live in Las Vegas, then what you need to do is use Instagram. If you're not on Twitter, get on Twitter. People come to Las Vegas and they show off and they show out, and every picture they take, every tweet that they do, they're going to be using the hashtag Las Vegas. What you need to do is get on the forefront of catching people when they're there and have food available for delivery. Ask me how I know how this works. Baltimore has a lot of potheads. Again, ask me how I know. Potheads like to eat. Guess who was bringing food at all hours of the night? All right, and the whole thing is, all right, Nate, how you doing, sir? What's your Mark IV Jetta? Anyway, you have to figure out a way to tap into those people who are in hotels or those people who don't have kitchens or anything like that, and bring food to them. That's how you carve out your niche. And then, I mean, because you have to have a niche. If you're doing catering, just like you said, caterers come a dime a dozen. But you have to figure out a way to use that geographical hashtag. That's how I got the people that I have looking at my page, because of that geographical hashtag Baltimore. Okay? I would go out and I would search for Baltimore, and I would like random people's pictures. Anyone I could find with the hashtag Baltimore, I would like their picture. My profile on Instagram is wide open, it's public, and there's always pictures of food on my profile. And all I would do is get people to keep coming back to my profile, and they would come back to my profile, and then they would like my page. They would come back to my profile, and then they would, they would follow me. And then I also, and again, I've talked about this before, I found someone in Baltimore who I was seeing very regularly in the hashtags Baltimore. So I followed that person, and as I followed that person, I liked some of her pictures, and she sold banana pudding. Okay, the pudding lady, I ended up giving her some food, and when I gave her some food, she shouted me out. And when she shouted me out, my followers went up 100-fold in a day. It went up over 100 in a day. I was at like 200 followers maybe, and at the end of that day, I was at almost 400. Seriously. All right. Anyway, so look, that's what you gotta do. Use some geographical hashtags. But John, again, my wife and kids are actually home. All right, Steven, Joe, thank you very much for the super chat, my man. Steven says, I believe in your vision. Lots of people doing what you do, but you really are awesome. Oh, man, I appreciate that, man. Really, I do. You know what? I don't know. I feel like people have helped me out. I just want to pay it forward a little bit. If I can tell someone about something I messed up or some advice I have on something I've actually done, man, I'll share. But I'm not telling you all of my secrets. That's for damn sure. But I do this, like, for real. Eric, I guess it was you that said that I should name the new smoker Becky. I don't know, man. Just, connotations with the name Becky. His channel was about to blow up. Oh, man. Well, I appreciate that, guys. Lucille is a great name. Funny you say Lucille. Lucille's the name of whose guitar was named Lucille. But I have that smoker in the garage named Priscilla. Lucy. Alright. Zardrell, how are you this evening, sir? Yep. Manny says, know your market, know your worth. Manny Fresh. Van Ham Rub. Have you ever done a live video? No. I did not do a live video with the first fire of the smoker, but the first fire of the smoker video comes out tomorrow. It will be published tomorrow at 7 a.m. Dude, hold on 1 second. You guys, I hope you guys know that I do a lot of things behind the scenes so you guys can have content. I'm turning the light down a little bit so you guys can have content on a consistent basis. I try to upload videos at least twice a week, and that twice a week schedule is typically I end up having to do videos 1 to 2 weeks ahead of time. So that's why you're going to be getting that video tomorrow, Thursday, of me, or actually, you're getting the video tomorrow because I was going fishing, and that was the video I was, scheduled for Thursday. But nonetheless, I have 2 cooking videos set up already for next week, so that in case so I can play catch up next week and get to cooking some more stuff. I'm hoping to be able to cook on the new insulated next week, and you guys will hear about it tomorrow in tomorrow's video. So, you know, just if you can watch tomorrow's video, I'd appreciate it. All right, let's turn the light up again. Okay, so let's see. I'm trying to catch up. I'm not saying that word. I'm trying to get to it straight so I can look over. Yeah. Oh, yo, definitely. So, what I would do, so Eric is saying so the dispensaries, you know, find a dispensary and set up shop outside of a dispensary. I had one of my friends actually has a medical marijuana card in Maryland, and he's like, dude, set up shop in front of the dispensary. Hey, welcome to Delaware. He's like, set up shop in front of this particular dispensary, and you know, make your money. No problem, Eric. You can address it to, you know my last name, so just address it to Mrs. And the taste testers. Yeah, sure. They'll get a kick out of that, actually getting a package addressed to the taste testers, for sure. Yes, okay. BB King had Lucille. Thank you. Breweries. Ardrell, he sells his food. Breweries. George says, how long have I been online? He missed a lot. George, you know, you can always go back and watch. Even while I'm streaming live, you can go back to the beginning and watch. I know it's not as much fun because, hold on, I'm going through the toll. Whee! All right. I know it's not as much fun when you aren't able to, you know, communicate, and you're kind of just hearing what I'm talking about from other folks. But, you know, yeah. It was a dark and stormy night. Oh, man. Barbecue? Alright, so Steven says, you know who else eats a lot of barbecue? The very people who tell you it's not good for you. Doctors and nurses. So, what you might want to do, and I've actually sold food because, some of you guys know this, and some of you, I hear something. Big V8. Sounded like a supercar. I don't want to roll the window down, but I'm trying to catch it. Let's see. I heard something accelerate hard. Anyway, the shirts. Oh, John says these shirts are nice. Where can someone purchase one? I'll be completely honest. I have not wanted to. Oh, maybe that's what I heard. I see a motorcycle ahead of me. I'll be completely honest, I have not wanted to deal with the hassle of doing shirts. And that's, yeah. But, oh, that's what I hear. Oh, I'm excited. It was a Jaguar. It sounds pretty, I don't know. Oh, that might be what I hear. Come on, dude, let's go. It's got Florida plates, John. You know. Look like a big body. Oh yeah, it's a big old V8 Jaguar. Let's yeah. That's an XJ. I'm thinking XJ8. Sorry, distracted by cars. This is junk. I don't know. I like good sounding cars, man. You know, it's a newer Jaguar, not the old ones. Anyway, that's just a Ford. G-string. Johnny, are we really about to go there again? Johnny, I mean, we've had this. Yeah. You knew the button to push, man. That's not even cool. I love it. Love it. I give you guys grief. You give me grief. I'm telling you, you guys are all my friends. You know that, right? Like, real talk. I am. Eyes are definitely on the road. Come on, man. Let me hear this. Can y'all hear that? Come on, dude. Run. Let me hear it. Air it out. Maybe we'll have to entice him to go a little faster. This way. Dude, I don't like that sound. I can't keep up with a V8 though. I mean, I'm in a 4-cylinder diesel. I'm not telling you how fast I'm going right now. Alright. That's definitely squirrel. Fast car. Good sounding car. Yep. Squirrel. I'm giving her all she's got. Oh, the fact that it sounds good, that's all he's got? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Never finished my thoughts on selling the bar. Oh, thank you, Steven. Alright. Some of you guys might know I used to sell my food primarily via Instagram. Nurses who work later shifts or nurses who are tired of eating the same damn food used to order from me all the time. And you get one nurse to order something, you won't get more nurses to order something. I had a couple doctors who I'd given food to, but I don't know what it was. Like my personal doctors, like I had this one guy, he's like, man, you should become a vegetarian. I said, I do barbecue. I'm not becoming a vegetarian. So, but nurses for sure, definitely will buy a lot of food. You just kind of have to figure out a way to get into said hospital or into said, whatever. All right, William, thank you, sir, for watching. Appreciate that. John Lopez from Houston. Dude, I want to get out to Houston just because I've never been to Houston. I've been to Austin a couple times and San Antonio a couple times, but never Houston. Man, that was a fast motorcycle. I got my pecan wood and my nitro gloves. That's what's up. And a boning knife. Oh yeah, come on, Zardrell, you coming through? You gonna help clean some fish? They're just a sick of ordering pizza, especially at 3 a.m. shift. I used to work for Topper's Pizza. They were open until 3 a.m. Little options for them. That's exactly it. John says, I challenge the fellas on here to stream to order barbecue from Dash. You will not be disappointed. So, little do you guys know, John sent the package that we talked about this before. John sent the package from Port York to my house. He had Port York send the package to my house. So to thank him, I sent my meat to John. That brisket, I did the video when I sent the brisket. Not only did I send the brisket, I actually sent other food, but I sent it to John. So John is saying, I challenge the folks in this live stream to order some barbecue from Dash. You will not be disappointed. Bring that cube to come check us out. John, I would love to come to Houston, man. Definitely. Zardrell says I'll clean a brisket. Yeah. Yep. So Steven is talking about the nurses again, and he's talking about how they talk to everybody if the food is actually good. That is how I got from here to here selling food in Baltimore because of word of mouth. What I would do before I left someone is I would just simply state, I'm like, hey, if you like what you have, do me a solid, take a picture and post it back, you know, to Instagram for me and tag me. That was it. And I asked people to do that for me. And what I would do is because, you know, we like attention. Everyone, I'm sorry, said bumpy concrete, Delaware. I'm headed up 495 now. I'm headed through the Port of Wilmington or to the Port of Wilmington. Probably should have gone the other way. This looks like there's construction here. Anyway, the ladies and gentlemen who buy food from you, if the food is good and they take a picture and they tag you in said picture, repost it. If anyone takes a picture of your food, if anyone, hold on one second. If anyone, come on, go. Afraid because you see cop lights, they're sitting on the side of the road. Just drive. Construction zone. Anyway, if they like the food that they have, just like Steven said, they're going to tell people. And if you get them to tell whoever they're following on Instagram, chances are you're going to get new followers on Instagram. And if you're selling food via Instagram, guess what? Having more new followers is a good thing. And all you have to do is continue to post pictures on Instagram. Now, I kind of have it's a double-edged sword, though, because Instagram, when you have a business page set up, Instagram does not like to promote your page or your pictures when you put things in your post talking about things that are for sale. Again, ask me how I know. I can post a picture of a steak that I cooked and get 300 likes. I can post a picture of some brisket I have for sale and get 100. I have 7,400 followers. That math just doesn't add up. Yeah, alright, John. I'm sorry. Sorry. Alright, so Torgy asked me, Torgy says, I know I mentioned it before, but what got me started into barbecue? Alright, so here's the quick and dirty story. The company I work for is a contractor for the IRS. I was sent to an IRS service center in Texas, Austin. Okay, my coworkers told me, hey, when we get off the plane, we're going right to get lunch. I'm like, all right, whatever. So we go and we get our rental car, and they're like, we're going straight to Rudy's. We don't even go to the hotel first. We go right to Rudy's. I'm like, what the hell is Rudy's? Rudy's is a barbecue spot at a gas station. They're like a gas station that does barbecue, and it's great damn barbecue in a gas station. Okay, now you go to Rudy's and you get the extra moist brisket. Again, ask me how I know, because that's what I was told to order. Now you go and you get like a pound of brisket, and I think I got a pound of brisket and a half a pound of turkey, and then you know, they give you some bread. So you sit down, you get your barbecue sauce, and Rudy's barbecue sauce is great. All right, get your barbecue sauce and you use it on your brisket, and you get some corn. Hold on, I'm trying to mute this conversation with my friends. You get some corn if necessary, and whatever other sides you might want, but it's good. So the problem was, I went to Texas and had barbecue and was spoiled. When I got back to Baltimore, I could not find brisket. No one even knew what brisket was. You know how I complain that I can't get tri-tips because I can't find tri-tips, and no one sells tri-tips, and no one really knows what tri-tip is? That's how it was for brisket when I'm trying to get this focus. When I came back from Texas all those years ago, then this is probably 10 or 12 years ago, actually, now that I think about it. But nonetheless, I think my oldest son was just born And so yeah, it probably was at least 12 years ago, 10 to 12 years. Anyway, I couldn't get brisket back in Baltimore. So when I got back to Baltimore, I found the cut. I found a piece of brisket, and I said, oh man, I got this brisket. I'm gonna cook it. And I failed, okay? And me trying to get brisket down pat is what got me into doing barbecue. It took me 7 years to get brisket right. 7 years. 7 years. Contractor that works for the IRS, as a contractor for the IRS, and into Andover, Mass, into Fresno, California, Austin, Texas, San Antonio, and Kansas City. Those are the sites I've been to. But there are other sites around the country, like in Ogden and stuff like that. But nonetheless, I could not get barbecue. I could not get brisket in Baltimore. So I did it myself. It took me 7 years, but I did it. The final piece, the final key for me to get the barbecue and get it right was me using the steel drum. Okay? I found a steel drum, and then I was able to, I cut it up and made a cooker out of it. And that's why I call my company Steel Drum Smokers Barbecue, because I started my company by using steel drums to cook in. I've since outgrown those steel drums, but I still, you know, it takes me back to my roots. Hopefully that makes a lot of sense. Long-winded, I know. All right, let's see. Bonus, nurses, medical, conventions. Yes. Oh, seriously, John? That's John. Was it Freeney? I can't see the text because I can't. I'm trying not to look at it too hard. Can you read between those lines for me for a second, man? That's just cruel and unusual. That's just horrible. But it is good barbecue, right or wrong, John? What do you think? Right or wrong? Good barbecue? Oh, man. So, any other questions? Torky, hopefully that was, like I said, it was long-winded. I said all of that to say. John, where in Texas are you that you were able to get Rudy's today? Or are you in Texas? Where are you that you were able to get Rudy's? Yep, that's exactly it. So, John, definitely, always. Okay. All right, John. Well, thank you for rubbing it in that you're in Texas and able to get Rudy's. Steven asks, he says, it's for the chat, as well as for me. Is he the only one? I'm sorry, I'm driving through Claymont right now. He says, is he the only one that is going to get barbecue and the meat is good? But I've actually had the exact opposite, because I know how I want my meat to be. The meat will be garbage and the sides will actually be pretty good. So if you guys some of you guys that live in my area or might know a place called Mission Barbecue. So Mission Barbecue is a I'm gonna say a chain, but they are a franchise. And I went to Mission Barbecue with two of my coworkers because they had a military appreciation. They're big into the military, and they had a military appreciation day. It was last week or 2 weeks ago, and every day it was a different branch of the military that was able to come in and get a sandwich for free. So I went in there. Welcome to Pennsylvania. I was able to go in there with my buddy, my coworker, and he got a sandwich for free. And I said, you know, I got not a sampler platter. I think that's what it's called, but I got some brisket and I got some turkey. Now I will tell you guys, from Mission Barbecue, I actually like the turkey, and that's it. I asked for extra moist brisket, and it was dry as the day is long. Okay, and I tasted it, and then I actually had an extra fork. I grabbed 2 forks by mistake, and I gave a piece of the meat to my coworker who was in the Air Force and was there getting a free sandwich. I said, taste this. And he's like, what's wrong with it? I'm not going to tell you my opinion, just taste it. And he was like, damn, that's dry. Okay. I said, I didn't want it to be just me, because you guys will label me a hater because I'm hating on another barbecue spot's food. But it was dry, and it just was bad. I'm trying to read this, but John Cornelius says he is in motorcycle. Alright. Screw you guys. Denton. I think I've driven through Denton. Denton is Denton kind of in between San Antonio and Austin. I think I've seen signs for Denton. I think I remember seeing signs for Denton. Not like New Braunfels, just smack dab in the middle. I'm sure you've probably been to Schlitterbahn too. Never been. I just know where it is. You know what, John? I'm telling you, I know my limitations, and I know that there are certain things out there that are as good, if not better, than my food. I think I'm pretty good, or my barbecue is pretty good, but I definitely won't say it's the best, especially not better than some spots in Texas. Is my barbecue better than spots in Baltimore? Hell yeah. Spots in Texas? Maybe not, but I'm working at it. I'm humble. I'm not saying my stuff is the best. That's why I'm not in the competitions. It's not a competition. Someone mentioned building a pit from a propane tank. I'm listening. I started on 250 gallon, but it's because I had to. All right. So John says he started a 250 gallon propane tank build, but it's on hold because of the flood. The flood, John, you're in Houston? That bad flood? Alright, so David asked, have I tried North Carolina barbecue? Here's the problem I have with North Carolina barbecue. North Carolina barbecue is not barbecue. North Carolina barbecue is pulled pork. That's it. It's pulled pork. I don't eat pork. Health reasons, I don't eat pork. I choose not to eat pork. It's not like I can't, and I haven't. I can count on one hand typically how many times in a year I'll eat pork. That's it. But in North Carolina, in the Carolinas period, you start talking about barbecue and hellcat, and all it is pulled pork or minced pork. I'm not into that, and I'm definitely not into vinegar. I'm not a fan. And not into vinegar in my barbecue. No, I have not had North Carolina barbecue because of the fact that it's pork. we went down to Myrtle Beach, which is in South Carolina, and I actually searched out and seeked out a barbecue joint. I took my sons actually we weren't in Myrtle Beach, we were in Wilmington, North Carolina, and I went south into South Carolina to find a barbecue spot. I had the kids with me, and we sat down for lunch, and I look at the menu, and I'm expecting barbecue. Like, I want some brisket, I want some turkey, I want some chicken. No. The only thing barbecue on the menu was pulled pork. That's not barbecue. You can't call barbecue. You can't call that barbecue. That's just pulled pork. Anyway, sore subject. Pet peeve. I'm driving through Chester right now. If anybody is keeping track, I'm driving through Chester, Pennsylvania. I just actually drove past my mom's house. She lives south of the city. A little late. I'm not stopping there. But let's try to read another comment. Sorry. This comes close. Thank you for the explanation. You got started. No problem, Torky. Alright, ATX. Is that Austin, Texas? Johnson's cool. Credit. John, man, I'm like I said, I'm humble, man. I'm not in this for fame and fortune. Maybe some fortune, slight fortune, but I'm just a regular guy, man. You know, I don't know. I don't need to be famous. I can just talk to you guys. Yeah. Not barbecue, David. Just medical reasons I don't eat pork. That food is good when you have people from across the country watching you cook. Yeah, man. And you know, I appreciate that. Really, I do. Never when so I don't know if I ever told you guys why I started putting barbecue videos on YouTube. I have made mention of it, but so the whole thing is I was doing videos on YouTube before. I used to do the Don't You Hate It When videos, so I had a slight following, and I was trying to grow my channel, all of those things, and then I got out of it. All right, I stopped doing it. The place where I was working overnight, where I had some downtime and the ability to edit the videos, I didn't have it anymore. I didn't lose the job. The contract I was working on, we lost the contract, so I wasn't doing the videos much anymore. That being said, YouTube, I've always had, put YouTube videos up from time to time, and then when I got the big smoker, because I found that smoker on YouTube, I promised Kirk that I would put videos up of me using it. That's what kind of got me back into doing videos on YouTube. Then what really spawned me doing like some educational type stuff, and not just, I'm doing some wings, or once every 2 or 3 months I post a video. One of my buddies, my friend who actually put together the intro to the videos that I'm using, his name is Andrew. Andrew was like, hey man, I just got this grill, but I really don't know how to use it. Can you help me out? What? Hell yeah. I'm like, you're a good friend of mine. I'm like, that's what friends are for. So as opposed to me just kind of telling him what to do, I said, dude, you know what? I'm going to post a video on YouTube so you can actually see what I'm doing. And of course, I posted it and made it public, and other people saw the video, and a year and a half, 2 years later, you guys are proof of me trying to help him get better with his cooking on the grill, get more confident with his cooking on the grill. And this is all happenstance that you guys are here, seriously. It's cool though. Let's see. Let me school you. State different? Oh, I know, David. I know. This is my own personal opinion and my own pet peeve that they call, that you gotta say it correctly. When someone says, "Oh, you do barbecue," when you hear that long or short or whatever, barbecue. Oh, I know they're talking about some pulled pork from North Carolina. And I just shake my head or I smile and yep. Either way, it's just not my thing. Yep. Yep. John says, "Mo, look out." He's talking about Mo Kazan. He said, "Mo, look out. Dash is coming for you." Barbecue turkey. Hell yeah. Alright, so Torgy is asking about smoking turkeys. So Torgy, I don't know if you know this, but I actually have a detailed video of me smoking a turkey for Thanksgiving. I did it this past year. And the whole thing was, I'm starting to kind of hedge my bets. I know that folks go out on YouTube and they look for information on how to cook certain things during certain times of the year. So right before Thanksgiving this past year, I put out a video and it was how to smoke a whole turkey and a turkey breast. So go out there. Now I talked about my brine, I talked about the temperatures, I talked about all of those things. I gave it all away. Like there's no holds barred. I talked exclusively in that video about everything. So I would ask you to go back and look for that video. Just look in the past videos. I'm sorry, I'm hitting a whole bunch of expansion joints and my phone keeps moving. Let's see. All right, Torgy. What do I do? I actually work in IT. Punctuation in there. I passed the Philadelphia airport and I am riding across this is the Platte Bridge. No, it's not the Platte Bridge. This is the, crap, what bridge is this? Anyway, I'm in, oh man, I should go get some pizza. Renzo and Son's Pizza. That would hit the spot right now. Oh man. Should I get some pizza from Lorenzo and Son's Pizza? Lorenzo and Son's Pizza is my favorite, all-time favorite pizza spot in the world. Oh man. I don't need it. I need to go to sleep. I'm wide awake though. Oh my god. Don't call it, at least you didn't say steak and cheese. I get offended. I'm easily offended when it comes to certain food things. It's a cheese steak. And I will probably have a cheesesteak before I... let me see. Kind of, pretty much. Barbecue turkey. Why wouldn't barbecue turkey? So, come on, focus camera. Barbecue turkey is smoked turkey. Yeah, I mean, most smoked meats are barbecue turkey. Thank you. I just passed the stadiums actually. You can kind of see that's Citizens Park right there. You see the green there, and I'm a little further past the link, so you can't see the link. But hopefully you saw the green light from Citizens Park. I can't. The lights are on. There might be a game tonight. I'm not 100% sure. I'm sorry, Torgy. So at this point, I can't. There's no. I'm gonna say there's no, but I'm headed through some curves, and I can't look at the screen long enough. he said, am I saying that barbecue turkey is just smoked turkey? Yeah, pretty much. You smoke a turkey, you cook a turkey in a smoker. That's barbecue turkey to me. Anybody else want to weigh in and say whether that it is or isn't, what the case may be? I would interpret it as such. Gotta go. Steven, thank you very much, sir. I appreciate you stopping by. Always, and I'm definitely going to be buying some beer tomorrow. For sure. For sure. Best of luck. I'm sorry. I'm trying to read this. Thank you very much. I am looking forward to doing some big catching. We're not going fishing. We're going catching. So there are 9 of you left. If you haven't already, please hit the thumbs up. I'd greatly appreciate it. Thank you guys for hanging out with me while I'm driving, keeping me company. The lane ended. Just went around. So I am passing Penn's Landing right now, if anybody is interested or cares. Alright, so I am foregoing pizza, headed straight to my in-laws' house. Alright, so I am foregoing pizza. Yes, I am going catching, John. I'm headed up to Cape Cod. I'm stopping in Philly. I'm linking up with my father-in-law. And so this trip that I go on is actually through some of my father-in-law's friends. My father-in-law invited me on a fishing trip one year, and they all accepted me, and I've been going on a fishing trip ever since. So you know what's crazy, and now I'm thinking about it, the first year I went on a fishing trip, or the second year I went on a fishing trip, I had the guy who runs it, his name is Kurt, K-U-R-T. So one of Kurt's sons, he's like, yo man, you look familiar. I'm like, well, I am from Philly. He's like, nah, I see you somewhere else. I'm like, I don't know, like what, where? He's like, yo, I know where I know you from. I know you from YouTube. Yo, you just got that big smoker. That was 4 years ago. So, I'm like, word? Yo, you know about that smoker? He was like, yo, I'm trying to build one just like it. He's like, I do welding and fabricating, and I watch your videos, man. You on it. That was the first time I had anyone tell me that they seen one of my YouTube videos aside from my friends. So that was actually pretty cool. But yeah, so we're going on a fishing trip. I'm stopping at my in-laws' house, and then we're gonna get up in the morning and go up to, oh man, there's water on the road. My car was kind of clean. Now it's not gonna be clean anymore. So then we're headed up to Cape Cod in the morning. My sons have asked me to vlog and to try to do daily vlogs while on this trip. I will try. Usually when I travel, I try to end up doing some sort of daily something or other. Alright, let's see. Alright, fellas. Thank you, Thomas. Lucinda. I don't really like Lucinda. That's a mouthful. And I know a little girl named Kira. Nah, I don't know Kira. There we go. Taste the no problem, John. Yeah, man. Let me know. No, they're not. They're actually on punishment. So my oldest taste tester does not have his phone. Trust me. If he did have his phone, I would have told him or made mention to go to bed a time or two by now. Oh. Perfect. That's what's up, man. Take care of the house first, definitely. But you gotta make sure that you build your smoker too. But yeah, my sons are on punishment. My older son is the one that has he has the phone, and he's the one that's typically on the live stream, in the live stream, in the chat. Nailed it. I am getting tired. This is exactly why I left when I left. Alright, so I am about done. Ooh, big bump. Big bada bump. Alright, I'm coming. Getting off ramp. I can't read the comment. Give me a second. Nice grid rig. Talking about your smoker coming up to a light. I'll be able to read the message. Alright, going to be a nice rig. What size plate are you going to be using for the firebox? Thank you, David. Super Johnny, well, yeah, my oldest taste tester, Django the Mango. John, I would actually recommend 1/2 inch. Only I know it's slight overkill, but 1/4 inch will warp if you get it hot enough. Just saying. Build it once. That's my motto. Come on, focus. All right, 3/8. Yeah. I think the firebox in Priscilla is 1/4 inch. And it is definitely warped. That's why the door wouldn't close properly. Avoiding potholes. And tires. Just tires. So, alright guys, it's been an hour and some change. I don't think that's, well, I don't know. The door in Priscilla, I'm pretty sure was 1/4 inch. I think I measured it. And I'm pretty sure it was 1/4 inch and it warped. It was 1/4 inch diamond plate. Excuse me, 1/4 inch diamond plate. Oh, the hell. Yeah. Thank you very much. Definitely you take care of yourself as well. I am almost at my final destination. I am like not even 10 minutes away. So you guys, thank you very much for keeping me company, for rolling with a brother while I was driving. And we are right on schedule 2 hours to get here. We'll get to my in-laws' house. So, thanks again for hanging out with me. I did not want to miss the live stream. Thank you very much, fellas. I hope to have, like I said, I hope to actually do some vlogging. And if I vlog, then I will be obviously putting up a video, or you guys will probably see a video Friday morning. Oh shit, they drinking and playing dominoes or cars. That's awesome. All right, thank you. I sure will be careful. Thanks for the video. Good luck fishing. Yes, I am. I'm looking forward to catching some biggins. All right, guys. Thanks again. I appreciate you. I'll see you guys next time.